In this video, we're going to talk about some ways that newer loan officers can structure transactions that they might have otherwise missed, or they may not have realized quickly enough how to get them done. Sometimes we see when there is a help desk available that the help desk answers part of their question, and then they have to go back to the help desk a second time or a third time. And when they finally realize how they could structure the transaction, the borrower or the realtor who's involved has lost faith in them because they come across as sort of bumbling. So I'm going to give you these three ways today that if you come upon these types of transactions, that hopefully you'll know immediately how to use them to your advantage. I'm Alan Berkovitz. I'm the founder of the Complete 1003 software. And I have been training new loan officers, loan officer assistants, and processors for over 30 years on how to structure transactions properly. The first one we're going to talk about today is a cosigner. Now, we know that a cosigner is someone who signs for the mortgage and the note but does not go on title to the property. Now, someone who's newer may say, why would somebody take on that responsibility if they don't get the benefit of the ownership? And the reason, or one of the reasons, could be, say, an adult disabled child that would live with the family that has qualifying long-term Social Security disability income. However, if they go on title to the property, now they have an asset in their name, they have equity in their name, and that could prohibit them from getting access to other government benefits they might receive, such as adult daycare. So they can go on the note, on the mortgage, without having ownership in the property. Now, a second, totally unrelated way to save a deal that we have seen newer loan officers miss, if you have a non-permanent resident alien, Fannie Mae now has come out and explicitly said that if the document that allows them to be in this country is going to be expiring before they will have the continuance of the type of income that they have to be qualified under, that does not disqualify them. So the date that they're up for renewal on their visa or EAD does not mean that income is not likely to continue in the future. The third specific way we're going to talk about today, a lot of folks know this, but not everybody has come around yet. With FHA, if there had been 6 months out of work within the prior 24-month period, the old rule was that the person had to be back on the specific job for 6 months. Now that has been changed, that they only need to be back in the same line of work for 6 months. So what was happening before was that the person had come back for work, they could have been on the job for 4 months or 5 months or even 6, 8, 10 months, and they had switched jobs. And on the current job, it was less than 6 months, and those loans were being denied. But now, as long as they have been working back steadily in the same line of work for at least 6 months, it doesn't have to be the same job. So where our customers are using these types of deal savers, we call them, and we have over 125 of these deal savers in the Complete 1003 software and educational training package. Not only are they using it to save a transaction that comes to them, but when they're doing social media posts or when they're contacting realtors, either to have a coffee or a Zoom with a realtor, to bring up several of these types of transactions that they're able to handle, and let the realtor know about them. Now, that realtor could go a whole career and not necessarily have one of these specific deal savers that I spoke about today come into play. However, the newer loan officer now leaves the realtor with the feeling that the new person is a professional, that they're more experienced than their time in the industry shows. And therefore, when another oddball situation comes up, the realtor may think, okay, I spoke to Joe, I spoke to Mary, they had some other quirks they could do, maybe they can handle this transaction, and so then they reach back out to them and give them a shot at that transaction. And if the new MLO is able to handle it successfully, it now establishes the relationship, which, as we know, a relationship with a good realtor can be 5 or 10 or more transactions every year. So I'm going to stop the video now. If you want to reach out to us, the Complete 1003 software, we're on Facebook. We're at thecomplete1003.com, thecomplete1003.com, if you want to learn a little bit more about what our program is before reaching out. And I'll be happy to give anybody a live one-on-one demo of the software and the training program if you'd like one.